Hey guys, how's it going? Well, I'm back at JD Slingers, and this is the second time I painted their window. I took off the 4th of July stuff, and now I'm doing a Western theme. I posted the other video where it shows me talking to the owners, and because I was under the concept that they were going to do some kind of quick draw thing, because there's a quick draw thing they do here in Fallon, Nevada every year. It's like a contest to use the quickest draw. So I thought they were going to do that, but they decided just to do a Western theme, and then they wanted to put breakfast, lunch, and dinner on top. So it was pretty simple. I was happy with this design. Here I am doing a horse, and I'm going to do some more segments too, but for now I'm going to kind of break it up. So I'm going to do the horse first and do the other characters later, and the lettering too. But just like always, I flesh it out with a roller, and sometimes a brush if it's more a smaller, intricate design. But in this case, I used my Worcester brand 4-inch roller, and I'm using some reference this time on my phone because I kind of wanted to do a different horse. A lot of the horses I do, they almost look like donkeys, and they have big buck teeth. Because a lot of times I'll do these drawings of horses or paintings of horses, and people go, wow, that's a cool donkey. So I wanted to make it more look like a horse, you know, the end of the face, not with the big buck teeth, and kind of a thinner snout. And so that's what I decided to do. I decided to use some reference. And you can see when I point the camera down on the ladder, I have my phone sitting there. And then I'm just using my finger as usual to draw on the paint. A lot of people ask, a lot of newcomers ask, what do you use to draw on the paint with? You can use like a pencil too, like if you want to take the end of a pencil, or like a pencil with an eraser on the end, like this. And you can just draw with that too if you like, if it makes you feel more comfortable. But I like just using my finger. And I'm using reference too because I don't really know how the reins go around the horse. I think that's what they're called, the reins. You know, the stuff you hold on to. So I'm just working away here on it. It was raining earlier, which I thought was really interesting because it doesn't rain here much. You know, Nevada is the driest state in the whole union. There's all my workbench and everything. And you can see part of the other stuff I've done already. I did the sun, and I did the lettering on top. But like I said, I want to do, you know, segments. It's been a busy summer. I built a storage shed next to my tough shed that I bought, and it came out really good. I'm really proud how it came out. It cost me about $1,200 to build it, but it's pretty big. It's 6.5 feet wide by 20 feet long. It's kind of thin, but I'm going to use it for storage and stuff. See, there's my phone. I'm checking it out. I think the screen went blank, but. And when you're doing characters, you don't always necessarily have to paint the whole character, the feet and everything. You can just do a head or the torso or part of the body or the tail of a character if it's an animal. As long as it conveys and it communicates, I mean, that's really all that matters, is that what you're doing communicates to the viewer. And if you can be more economical on actually what you show, what you're showing, then that's great. And I'm referring back to the phone. And the other thing that's great too is with wet paint, you can just go right over it with your roller and start over. It kind of acts as an eraser. And on this job I did put down some plastic to protect the wall. Sometimes if you're working outside and the building's all dirty and you're working on dirt and there's bushes and stuff, you don't have to worry always about putting down a tarp or anything. But in this case, I decided to do that because I didn't want to deal with the paint spills. Sometimes I'll just take a 5-gallon bucket of water and have it there and have my, my 12-inch wide scrubber broom brush thing and just clean up the spills. But if you take the time to put down some plastic, it makes it easier. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, they just wanted a Western theme. And sometimes they want other elements too, like they wanted more guns and stuff and some horseshoes, but I elected to just do what I did. There's a character on the left there, we'll be doing a video of that soon. It's a cowboy holding the gun and he's blowing the smoke off the end of the gun. So as you can see here, there's no legs, which saves a lot of time. And if you were to show the legs, or if you're doing a character and you have to show the whole body of the character, you have to shrink it too. So that's another factor too. Like when people are driving by or people are coming up, you want them to be able to see the character, and you don't necessarily want it to be small. Like, I've seen windows, people paint small things on windows, like they'll paint little boats and little airplanes and or just little elements. And it's more of an illustration, which would be nice for a advertisement or something. But for a window splash, you just got to keep it big. For those of you that haven't read my Verve book, How to Add Verve to a Splash, you should pick it up. If you watch the channel trailer for this channel, the video that comes up, just watch through it. You can see the different books I have, but I don't know if I talk about the Verve book there, but you can search Verve, V-E-R-V-E, in the videos, and you'll find the Verve book ad for it. It's like $15. It's an ebook, but I talk about that and how to how to produce elements and lettering that really grab people's attention. How's it going?
Good. I'm glad I'm in the shade.
Yeah.
It's hell painting in the direct sunlight. It was raining earlier.
It's always fun interacting with people. So here I have a couple coats down, and now I'm going in and I'm just hand painting with a 2-inch foam brush, Gen Manufacturing brand. You have to remember to get the Gen Manufacturing brand if you're new to the channel. I'm always promoting that because a lot of foam brushes are really funky and they're floppy and they don't cover as well. So, Gen Manufacturing brand. Anyway, I'm just filling it in. If I was doing a lot of different stuff in gray, I'd have a 4-inch roller and I'd just knock it out. But since I don't, I just using my the 2-inch brush. And I don't think I do 2 coats because gray covers really well because it has a lot of white in it. And this is all in real time, by the way. I haven't sped up any of the segments in this one. After I finished the whole job, everybody was really happy with it there. They were really pleased. I definitely gave them extra. Because being sort of semi-retired, I spend more time on these and I don't worry about having to, make so much money a day, or, it's, when you're retired, it's a lot funner. It was funner before too, but it was a little bit more stressful when you're doing it full time, and you got to make sure you utilize your time. Having said that, I used to spend so much time on some windows anyway, because I just love the art. The art of it is so fun. I'm recording from my new spot. We moved to a different room. We have a special room that's an office now. And this background's kind of funny. It's like a tablecloth I got, and it's kind of wrinkly and stuff, but oh well, it'll have to do for now. Maybe I'll iron it later, or maybe come up with some more professional background, but it serves the purpose for now. So he's coming out pretty good. I probably went to get more paint. And I told myself too, watch out for these segments so you don't have these big long breaks where there's nothing going on. But sometimes when you're videoing, it's hard to spot those breaks. Here I am just adding more gray, a dark gray. And on these characters that I did here at JD Slingers, I didn't use a lot of black, just for the eyes. I think on the cowgirl, and maybe a little bit of black on this one, like on the eye. But I outlined them all with just darker colors, and it gives it kind of a more kind of soft appearance. I've talked about that before. You don't necessarily always have to outline with black, but if you do, when you do it with black, it does make it kind of pop more, and it's high contrast. And then when you do it with just the darker color to outline it with, like a darker gray, it gives it a more soft, kind of illustrative look. So any way's fine, whatever works for you. But lately I've been doing this more with just the outlining with the darker color. So it saves a step too. Because I put the shadow in anyway, the dark shadow color. I did a video recently on that. You should check it out. It's about shadows and highlights. It's one of my best videos on that subject. Just adding in some details like the front leg and stuff. Putting in some spots. Some hair. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the horse was turning out. It's because I was using reference. A lot of things I don't need reference, I just do it out of my head. But this time, like I said, I wanted to make a more of a horse, not a donkey looking horse. Here I'm trimming along the bottom, cleaning up the edge where it hits the mullion. Now I'll probably go to the other side too and do that. So summer's almost over. This was done, I probably did this a few weeks ago. I've been so busy doing other stuff. that I didn't get around to making the videos for it. But summer will be over in a few weeks, and then Halloween's coming. And I'm going to start working on some more cutouts for my Breckenridge Drive UV 3D but Halloween display. Chroma depth. That's exciting. And I'll add some more pieces. I'll make some videos of that too. Now I'm going in with some white, or a super light gray, and just working it. Not a lot of color on him. I'll probably do a tongue and sort of a coral color for the ear and the tongue. And then for his for the reins and stuff, I think I use like a kind of a reddish brown. So how did your summer go? How have you guys been doing? Doing a lot of creative stuff, doing some painting? Let me know in the comment section. And also, I've got more videos on Patreon. I've got over 400 of them. But also, if you want to just support me, like if you want to, I do a $5 a month and a $10 a month if you want to help support my YouTube channel and keep it going. I don't make much on YouTube. I make about, I think at present I make $79 a month. So if you can donate a little bit more to Patreon, that would be helpful so I can keep making these videos. I must be running off here to get the brown. I really should have checked in these areas, make sure. I'm going to have to edit this out. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. Oh, no, I'm back, so I'll just keep going. I was going to stop the video and edit it out, but it's still going, so. Yeah, the client really loved it. And all the waiters and waitresses inside, and the manager, and people really enjoyed it. So I've got this really kind of dark brown color. I don't know if I got all that stuff right, so let me know in the comics section if you're a horse person and I messed this up. Live and learn. But after a while of doing something like a horse or a bird or a train or a go-kart or whatever, if you do it a lot, it just becomes muscle memory. It's in your mind. It's a mental morgue in your mind. And you can access it. Like next time I do a horse, I'll have a little bit more information in my head. And I think I just come back. I don't know if I use black for the eye or if I did in gray. We'll see here in a second. Oh, I'm doing a little bit of a highlight on those straps. I add some dark brown on by his nose on that strap. Sort of blending it in a little. There, I add a little bit dark for the shadow there. These are really kind of Disney-esque colors. You know, they're really sort of muted and soft, which is what Disney does. Okay, I think here I'm going in with the darker gray. So instead of using black, I'm using a dark gray. And I did the eye with the dark gray too. So on this one, I don't think I used any black. And here I'm using the Blick Scholastic brushes, the single stroke Taklon brushes. I've talked about those in other videos. And I put the link in the description sometimes for those. But if you go to Dick Blick, it's the Dick Blick Taklon, Golden Taklon, Scholastic. And just buy all 4 brushes. And they're pretty affordable. You want to get the 1 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch. And that's good for doing stuff like this. More detailed stuff. Anyway, this video is almost wrapped up. I'm just going to do some segments. I hope you enjoyed this one. And thanks so much for watching. And again, like, subscribe, push the notification bell, and check out my Patreon too. I talk about that in the channel trailer. Check out the channel trailer. Talk about all that in the books and everything. But yeah, here I'm just trapping it in with the dark gray, and like I said, it gives it a soft look. It's pretty, like an illustration.